Thank you so much for tuning in to today's show. We have caught up with Phenix City Finest, two of our finest police officers here for Phenix City Police Department. And we're talking about the Phenix City Police Department recruitment that is coming up in November. And if you have a heart desire and a passion to be in law enforcement, this show is for you. Thank you, gentlemen, for being on today's show, and thank you for your time.
Absolutely.
And we appreciate your service.
Thank you so much.
We really do. So I want to let the community know I am talking with Captain Staudinger and Lieutenant Warwick.
Right.
And again, thank you so much. So the community wants to know about this recruitment that is coming up. This is pretty huge. That is taking place November 13th, I believe.
That's correct.
So, whichever gentleman would like to share with us, what about the recruitment?
What we're trying to do is try to streamline the hiring process. There's several stages of the hiring process and testing that we go through. And back when we started, we've been around a little while. Sometimes that process from the application to actually being hired may take 6 months or so. For somebody who's looking for a job, they may not have 6 months, or they're ETSing out of the military. They need a job now or soon. So what we're trying to do is kind of streamline the process and speed the process up, where it used to take months to hopefully several weeks. And by doing a good bit of the testing all at one time, some of the testing all at one time, on the 13th, November 13th, we're just hoping to condense that, speed that process up and condense things a little bit, and hopefully get us some good applicants.
Absolutely. And it's going to take place November 13th in Phenix City.
Correct.
The location?
It's going to be the Isle Park Community Center, and it's going to be from 9 a.m. till 2 p.m.
Oh, wow. That's great. That's great. And we'll make sure we have the flyer throughout the show as well. This is really huge. We're so proud of Phenix City Police Department, your leadership. We want to give a shout out to Chief Gail Green and Phenix City Manager as well. This is wonderful. I love the fact that you all are expanding opportunities. So we've heard there's a change of age for part of the requirement now. Let us know more about that.
That's one thing that has changed to try to help us recruit candidates, get people a little bit younger. We're actually going to start hiring at 18. We're not going to cut them loose. It's going to be a cadet program, and we're going to get them some in-service training and get them with, once they get through the training program down here at our training facility, get them with senior training officers and try to groom some young people. As you know, you watch the news and see social media, it's probably the most demanding time. I've been policing for 27 years, and right now we're in the spotlight, and we need people that can make good judgment calls and use just really make good decisions and ethical decisions. And if we feel like if we can get people in here a little bit younger and have more time to groom them, so that when they're 21 years old and we send them to the police academy and cut them loose, they'll be better prepared to do this job and make sound decisions.
This is good. I appreciate you all sharing that, because that is so good, because there are a lot of young people aspiring to be in law enforcement. And this will help parents as well to know that even if they're coming out of high school, they can be in this cadet program and be mentored.
Yes.
And until they have obtained some type of leadership and experience, and then they can be released as well as police officers as well. I think that's wonderful. Is this the first year that's taking place?
It is. We actually, I think we just had our first applicant, 19-year-old applicant, so we haven't even, he hasn't been through the testing process yet, so we're excited about it and expect good things out of it, and think that, it will really help us get some young people that are, just out of high school, maybe going to some of the local colleges or community colleges here.
Yes.
That are in criminal justice programs that really have a desire to serve the community, and we can catch them at that age and just help shape and mold them into good officers who will have a long and great career with the city.
Absolutely. You know, I wanted to ask you gentlemen, because I've had an opportunity to speak with Lieutenant Warwick quite a few times, and I just appreciate you guys, your mannerism and your patience, your level of patience. How long have you been in law enforcement?
10 years.
10 years? What inspired you, or when did you know that this was what you're supposed to do?
I've always known since I was a small kid that I had an interest in it. I didn't initially start my career as a law enforcement officer. I worked in a business, and I just got tired of the same thing day to day, and I knew law enforcement was something that you're going to experience something new every day, and I just really enjoyed that part of it.
Wow. And you bring that to those that you serve. And because today is my first time having the opportunity to really meet you, but I feel like I've known you from our conversation, but you've always I love that level of patience and that tolerance. And you say about
27 years.
27 years. Wow.
Yeah.
What a blessing.
It's been a good city to work for, a lot of opportunity for advancement. We're a good-sized department. We don't have the issues of you have small departments that may be 2, 3 men, and then you have large departments of hundreds to thousands of officers, and we're right at about 95, 97 sworn officers. It's a good-sized department where you really you know everybody in the department very well and have close relationships, good relationships, and it's big enough where there are different divisions and different areas that you can progress into as far as your career advancement. So it's been a good department. I'm happy to have worked here this long and look forward to a couple more years before I retire.
Well, and we cannot thank you enough for your service and your sacrifice, because I don't think a lot of time people in the community realize the sacrifice that our law enforcers really make day to day. And there is no amount of gratitude that can be expressed to explain to you all how much we really appreciate it. So I'm saying on behalf of all of us, thank you.
Appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Now, Lieutenant Warwick, what is your day-to-day operation as a law enforcement?
My day-to-day operations is basically training our new recruits to get them prepared and ready to go to the police academy, and also handle the overall training for the in-house training for the police department as a whole, and make sure we report our hourly training to APOST, which is the Police Officers Training Commission in Alabama.
Cool, cool. And how about you, Captain?
I'm the captain over the administration division, which includes the training division. It also includes communications, our dispatch center, and our records divisions. So I wear a couple different hats. I've been in this position now for about a month, but I actually did this job about 4 years ago.
Wow.
for a little while, but I was in criminal investigations for 11 years and patrol for about 15 years.
Wow.
So, like I said earlier, it's a good department because there are a lot of different areas you can work in, and that's good if you're career-minded. A lot of people in law enforcement, it draws a certain type of person who kind of a type A personality, who gets bored with things and likes excitement and likes change and doing something different every day. And that's one thing good about our department is there are a lot of specialties and different things you can do to kind of keep it new and fresh and exciting.
So those may be watching wanting to know more about the requirements. We're going to take a break and we're going to come back and then we're going to tell you more about the requirements, the various opportunities, and how you can get on board to this wonderful recruitment that is taking place with Phoenix City Police Department. You're watching Street Talk. We're on location with our Phoenix City finest police officer. Stay tuned. You're watching here on cable TV.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, that can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
Welcome back to today's show. We are having a conversation with Phoenix City Police Department officers regarding the recruitment that is taking place. It's a recruitment fair, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And they're inviting the community, for those that have a heart and passion to be in law enforcement, this is your opportunity. And now we're going to talk about the opportunities and requirements. Because some are probably watching, wanting to know some of the various requirements. I know physical training is one. How long is the training?
Well, we do physical fitness training every day up until they go to the academy to prepare them for the physical agility test that they have to take there at the academy when they arrive. So we do physical training every day when they're in training here at the police department.
Okay. All right. So for those that are coming out for this recruitment fair, they're wanting to know, what are the requirements for it? We know you can be 18 years old and be a cadet. Can you be in your 30s, your 20s?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
There's no age cutoff. As long as you can pass the physical agility requirements, then you're good to go.
You're good to go. Okay. Because there are a lot of people that are finding a whole new career now. And I think, Captain, you was in military before.
I was.
And so there may be some in military and they're wanting to start this career.
Sure. Being so close to Fort Benning, it's really a benefit to us in recruiting because you have a lot of good applicants that come from the military. We have a lot of former military members of our department, which makes us a very diverse department. And that's one group of recruit or
Absolutely.
applicants that we're obviously looking to try to generate some interest in that group. As far as the requirements, some of the testing that we're going to be doing on the 13th, they'll be able to complete the application on the 13th. They'll also be able to, we'll be able to do a background check on the spot to screen the applicants of any potential problem areas, which would be if anybody had a felony conviction, that would exclude them. And there are certain crimes, domestic violence, which excludes you from being able to carry a firearm, and certain crimes of moral turpitude crime, such as the theft. But we're not so much looking at, we're not going to find perfect people that have never done anything wrong in their life, speeding tickets and things like that, as long as it's not a habitual thing or a really current in the last 3 years you've had 3 or 4 speeding tickets. That's something that we'd be concerned with as far as our insurance and workers' comp insurance.
That makes
So,
sense.
we don't expect people that are blemish-free, but we do look back 3 to 5 years at their driving history and make sure that they'd be a good candidate.
That's true. That makes a lot of sense. Because someone may be watching too, may have had a speeding ticket as a teenager.
Sure.
And now they're in their mid-20s or close to 30. So based on the history,
That's right.
your record.
And it's on a case by case, and then we look at the time since the last violation and that sort of thing. So.
Absolutely. Also, tattoo policy. Do you all have that now? Because, that is so prevalent now.
Sure. That's something that we have just recently, in the last couple of months, the chief and our city manager have looked at and have relaxed our tattoo policy. Before, our policy was no visible tattoos. And as you know, with being younger people and being a military community, you have a lot of people, tattoos are more socially acceptable now, so we have looked at easing that some. So what our tattoo policy is now, you cannot have any tattoos that would be visible, and like the uniform I'm wearing, no tattoos above the neck, on the neck and face that would be visible. You can't have tattoos on your arm. They cannot be larger than the person's hand. So if I can cover it with my hand, that's pretty significant. That's pretty a large area. So you can have some tattoos, but full sleeves would not be acceptable. And any tattoos that would be socially unacceptable that are such as gang or racist or extremist views, that would certainly be a type of tattoo that would exclude somebody. We wouldn't want anything like that.
Absolutely. Wow. You have anything that you would like to add?
No, I mean, if there's a question about the tattoo, they can always come in and let us check it out, and we'll tell them if it's acceptable or not. So
Sure.
if they got an interest in it, we encourage them to come by, let us check it out, and we'll let them know.
So, those that are watching, that we want as many as possible to come out for this recruitment on November 13th. The time again is 9
a.m. to 2 p.m.
2 p.m. And so it's going, give us a general idea of what they can expect. Because, you know, sometimes people, they want to come, but they don't know if, you know, they are the fit for it.
Okay.
I want to help them to be comfortable.
Right. So basically, we just ask that they bring a few documents with them. They need to bring their social security card,
Okay.
birth certificate, and their DD-214 if they're prior military. And what we'll do at that point is have them fill out the application. We'll run their background check. If they pass that part of the test, then we'll move on to the physical agility test. And that just requires a 25 push-ups in a minute, 22 sit-ups in a minute, and a 1.5 mile run in 15 minutes and 28 seconds or less.
Oh, wow. Get those push-ups in.
So once we get past that part, we'll go ahead and do an oral interview board with them, which will consist of about 5 officers asking them a series of questions, and we'll grade them on those responses to those questions. So we're trying to knock out a good chunk of the hiring process right there in one day.
Men and women.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow, this is great. This is exciting. And Phoenix City Police Department is expanding, growing
Yep.
as well too. So is there anything else that you would like to share with the community regarding this recruitment fair?
I would just say if you've ever had any interest at all in being a law enforcement officer, that you come out and speak with us and see if we can maybe get you signed up, and it might be a great career change for you, something that you should been wanting to pursue.
And I must add, these are the good guys. These are the good guys. I enjoy always having conversations.
Somebody asked, we are obviously having this recruitment fair and we're trying to promote it and generate interest, but we are also, if there's some reason that somebody can't be there that day, we're, still apply, go to our
Yes.
Human Resources Department, get an application. We're going to continue to, our normal hiring process is not going to stop. So
Okay, good.
if for some reason you can't be there on that date,
Yes.
work or whatever, contact
Absolutely.
our HR department and apply, because we'd love to have you.
And also, with us being in a technological world, this younger generation, the millennial age group, they're doing everything online. So if someone is watching, they may not be able to attend the fair and they want to go online. Do you have a social media site or a website where they can go online and apply as well?
They can Google the City of Phoenix City and go to the City of Phoenix City's webpage, and there will be links on there for the positions. And the last time I checked, I believe you can still submit an application or fill out an application online.
Oh, cool.
And also there's contact information requirements and
Yes.
information for our HR department if they have any questions or on how the process.
Absolutely. Well, God bless you guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you
you.
for your time.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for your service. Again, we can never thank you enough for your day-to-day sacrifice. And I really, really appreciate you all, on behalf of the entire Phoenix City Police Department. You all serve and protect the citizens of Phoenix City. And you know what I notice about our officers as well? It is a part of their lifestyle. Because sometimes and I've seen officers not even in your jurisdiction in Phoenix City, but wherever you are, you're still serving. It's just a part of who you are. And that's what we wanted to be able to highlight. And again, go out and support this. We want to thank Chief Gail Green. Thank you so much for reaching out, sharing this wonderful community event that's taking place. Also, City Council Manager as well. Thank you all so much for your leadership. We're seeing the fruit of it. You've been watching Street Talk with Loretta Rose here on location, and you've been watching it here on cable TV. Make sure you go to the Job Recruit.